Southern California at 8 o'clock, California time. Clear skies and no wind, of course, here in Anaheim tonight. And here's the lineup for Chuck Tanner's Chicago White Sox. Leading off is designated hitter Pat Kelly. Batting second, the second baseman George Orta. Batting third, the first baseman Tony Muser. Batting fourth, the left fielder Carlos May. Batting fifth, the center fielder Ken Henderson. Batting sixth, the third baseman Bill Meltz. Batting seventh, the right fielder Bill Sharp. Batting eighth, the catcher Ed Herman. Batting ninth, the shortstop Bucky Dent. On the mound is Jim Cott. For the California Angels, the manager Dick Williams. Leading off and playing center field Mickey Rivers. Batting second, the catcher Ellie Rodriguez. Batting third, the right fielder Lee Stanton. Batting fourth, the designated hitter Frank Robinson. Batting fifth, the shortstop Bob Valentine. Batting sixth, the left fielder Winston Jennett. Spelled L-L-E-N-A-S. Batting seventh, the first baseman Bruce Hockey. B-O-C-H-T-E. Batting eighth, the third baseman Bob Oliver. And batting ninth, second baseman Denny Doyle. Nolan Ryan is pitching. He's 13-10. This is his 28th game, his 27th start. Pitching for the White Sox tonight will be Jim Scott. 11 wins and 7 losses, 3.52 earned run average. Nolan Ryan had his first relief of the year when they won over Minnesota and stopped that 15-game home losing streak. In that 1 1/3 innings that Nolan Ryan pitched on Sunday, he gave up 2 home runs and 26 pitches, and he's out tonight, starting for the California Angels. The umpires tonight, Jim Odom behind the plate, Dave Phillips at first, Bill Deegan at second, Lou DeMuro at third, and here with the action is Harry Carey. Harry?
Thank you, Bill. Hello again, everybody. A lovely night here in Anaheim. Now to wind up the first pitch of the ball game to Pat Kelly. High fastball. Nolan Ryan. Strikeout king of baseball. He's won 13, he's lost 10. He has struck out 211 men in 202 innings. Now the pitch is strike call. Fastball right in there. A ball and a strike. Kelly hitting 278. 3 homers, 14 RBIs. The pitch on the way. Sinking fastball low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. Not a bad crowd on hand, everything considered. Here's the pitch. There's a high drive down the left field line, foul. That evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. White Sox, after the game tomorrow night, leave for Chicago. Arrive about 3:30 a.m. Thursday morning and play the Oakland A's at Sox Park, 8 o'clock Thursday night, and again Friday night. Then the Texas Rangers come into town for an afternoon game Saturday and a doubleheader Sunday. Here's the pitch. Slider inside, ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nolan Ryan, who has struck out 211. He's also walked 132. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Bouncing ball to the second baseman. Doyle has it. Over to first, easy out. 1 gone. Here's George Orta. Orta's third in the American League in hitting with a .330 average. Dick Allen not playing in this game tonight. Richie was out early, took a lot of infield practice today, but is not playing. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch swung and missed. 1 strike to nothing. 1 out, nobody on. Orta with 6 homers, 35 runs batted in, hitting .330. 1 out. Orta waiting. Bob Oliver playing a shallow third base. Here's the pitch. Swung late and fouled into the upper deck. Two strikes to nothing. A lot of Chicagoans pulling to the White Sox here tonight. Jim and Maureen Hogan and Tim Pentel are here from Chicago. 2 strikes to nothing. The pitch on the way. He fouled tip. John and Mary Gregorian of Elmwood Avenue in Waukegan, vacationing in California, are here pulling for the White Sox. Now the pitch, here it is, outside and high. Howard Fishground and Paul Orstein from Skokie are here. There's the pitch a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He had a count of 3-2 before Kelly bounced out. Now the count 2-2 on Arda. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch, here it is. He struck him out. The 212th strikeout of the year for Nolan Ryan.
Batting third.
Here's Tony Nielsen. Al Kozlowski from Niles, Michigan. The Bud Allen family from Streator, Illinois are here. Chuck Sarno of North Riverside, Illinois. Now the pitch, Nielsen takes it high. The Shacos, the 7 G's. Children all names start with G. Here's the pitch, swung and he missed. Gregory, Jerry, Gerard, Glenn, Gail, Gary, and Gwen. Now the pitch, Nielsen takes it outside. 2 balls and a strike. Gene Breshnahan from Chicago Heights is here. Jim Lindbergh and Jack Lindblom from Galway, Illinois are here. 2 balls and a strike. Tony Nielsen playing in place of Dick Allen. Here's a pitch he didn't mean to swing. Almost got a base hit. Had rolled foul down the third base line. Mark Rubin from Westmont, Illinois. On hand. Betty and Jack Miller and Lynn Duncanson are here. Formerly lived in Chicago. United Airlines fan tours on hand. 2 men out, nobody on. 2 balls, 2 strikes. No score, top of the first. The pitch on the way. Fastball high. And the count again goes to 3 balls, 2 strikes. Two men are out, nobody on. Nolan Ryan trying for his 14th victory of the year. A beautiful evening. Now the 3-2 pitch. Foul back this way, onto the screen and off. And the count stays 3-2. Billy North of the A's leads the American League in stolen bases with 37. Mickey Rivers of the Angels is second with 28. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men are out. The sign given. 3-2 pitch. He walked in, ball 4. Here's Carlos Mays. The now has walked 133 and fanned 212.
Left fielder.
He's hit 7, allowed 14 homers. He's pitched 13 complete games out of 26 starts. That's Nolan Ryan. Now the stretch, the pitch, a strike is called. Rod Carew has the most hits of anybody in the American League, 147 for the Twins. Mickey Rivers of the Angels is second with 117. Here's the pitch, a sinking fastball low. A ball and a strike. The Cardinals beat the Phillies 4-3 tonight on Reggie Smith's homer with a man on. 1-1 pitch, here it is. Low outside. Pittsburgh won the first game of a doubleheader, and they're tied in the second game. And lost the second game 4-3. Now to stretch the pitch, here it is. And it's a little bit outside. The Cardinals in the National League East are only a game out now. Now the stretch, there goes the runner. The pitch swung, and he missed the throw. Out trying to steal. Play goes to Rodriguez to Doyle with a count 3-1. Nielsen was going. May swung trying to protect him and missed. It was a strike anyhow. And Nielsen was easily out trying to steal. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We go into the bottom of the first, no score. So May, the cleanup hitter, instead of batting with a man on first, will be leading off in the second inning. Here's Mickey Rivers, hitting .287. Pitched by Jim Cox, swung on, long drive, center field. Henderson back on the run, makes the catch. With one hand over his shoulder, a beautiful play. Boy, it's a good thing he caught that ball, or we'd have seen an inside the park home run. That Rivers can fly. Here's Ellie Rodriguez, the catcher, hitting .257. 7 homers, 27 runs batted in. One out, nobody on. The pitch. Low line drive right back at Cott. He didn't see it. Picked up by Herman. Throws to first in time. How about that? A line drive back to Cott. Hit him right in the glove. Rebounded back towards home plate. About halfway. Herman went out, scooped the ball up, and fired to first. So it's 1-2-3 if you're keeping score. 1-2-3 kick. 1-2-3 kick. Well, that's what you call self-defense. Here's Lee Stent. Cops made 2 pitches, and both have been hit on the button, but out. Now Lee Stent, right-hand hitter, the pitch. Takes it low, ball 2. As he also missed with the first pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 men are out, nobody on base, no score. The pitch here, it is swung. Fly ball, right center field. Henderson on the run is there, and he makes the catch. 1-2-3, nothing a score. At the end of 1 inning, no score. We go into the top half of the second inning. Carlos May, who was at the plate. When Nielsen was out trying to steal, will lead it off. Carlos hitting .277. Here's a pitch swung on, a bouncing ball up the middle. Denny Doyle has it. Throws to first in time. Run away. They have a rookie first baseman, a big, tall, left-hand thrower. Bruce Bochy. B-O-C-H-T-E. Here's Ken Henderson, the center fielder, hitting .286. 12 homers, 62 runs batted in. No score. We're in the second inning. Texas Rangers at Oakland tonight. Here's the pitch. And the curveball is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. The Cardinals beat the Phillies 4-3 tonight. Here's the pitch swung and missed. The Cardinals were trailing 3-2 when Reggie Smith hit a homer with a man on. So the Cardinals now are only 1 game out of first place. Pittsburgh is 4.5 out. Here's the pitch swung and he missed. 2 strikes and a ball. 1 man out. Ken Henderson batting .286. The pitch, curve low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers on in front of San Diego 2-0. And Cincinnati got beat 8-4. Here's the pitch outside and high. Houston beat Cincinnati, so the Dodgers can increase their lead to 5.5. There's a pitch foul back. Pirates beat the Mets 6-0 in the first game of a doubleheader, and had them beat 3-0 in the second game, only to have Ed Kranepool hit a homer with 2 on to tie it, and the Mets won it later on. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Minnesota beat Kansas City 7-3. Now the pitch swung and foul back. So the White Sox could jump back into second place with a victory. They're in 4th at the moment. Kansas City and the Rangers are tied for second place. Kansas City playing at Oakland. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. All 4, he walked it. That's his second walk. Here's Bill Meltz, hitting .227. 14 homers, 41 runs batted in. Bill Sharp will be next. Here's a pitch swung on, foul back. Out of play into the stand. A souvenir for someone. 1 strike to nothing. No score. But defers the runner back. Bruce Bachty. Left-hand youngster playing first base. Now to stretch. There's the pitch. High fastball. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. Oliver at third. Valentine playing short. Doyle at second. Bachty at first. Now the pitch. A little tap foul off his foot. And he's in the hole. 2 strikes and a ball. The Angels have drawn 675,000 people this year for 54 games. Here's the pitch. Outside. They have 26 games remaining at home. That's how late the season's getting. Now the stretch. The pitch. There it goes, way back. It might be out of here. It could be. It is a tremendous home run by Bill Meltz. He hit a high fastball, and he hit it a mile over the left field wall. That's his 15th home run of the year. And the White Sox lead 2-0. Boy, he really kissed that one. That's the 15th home run hit off Ryan this year, and the 15th home run that Bill Meltz has hit this year.
That's his career 133rd now in the White Sox. He's just 2 behind Minosa.
Ought to get that on the next homestand. Here's Billy Sharp. And the pitch by Ryan's a fastball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 runs are in on a home run by Bill Melton. Here's the pitch. In there, a beauty, a strike call. 2 runs are in, 1 out. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. We'll be on earlier. There's a pitch low. Cubs got beat in extra innings today. 4-3. Montreal beat them. A ball and a strike. The pitch. Foul back to the screen. So Montreal beat the Cubs. The Dodgers are leading at San Diego. Pittsburgh split with the Mets. San Francisco beat Atlanta. The Cardinals defeated Philadelphia. Reggie Smith hit 2 homers in that game. Now the pitch. High. Back to the screen. And Houston beat Cincinnati. In the American League, Minnesota defeated Kansas City. The Tigers rallied in the 9th inning to beat the Red Sox 7-5. Cleveland over Baltimore. Milwaukee down the Yankees in the first game of a doubleheader. The second game is tied 1-1. Oakland and Texas just gotten underway. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see Chuck Tanner coming out. Complaining about the count. I think it should be 2 balls and a strike. A 3-2 maker. Bill Sharp the bat. Up on the board, they recognize the United Airlines White Sox fan club from Chicago. Three balls, 2 strikes. 2 runs are in on a long home run off the bat of Bill Meltz. His 15th of the year. Here's the pitch. Swung, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 2. That'll bring up Ed Herman. Batting .275. 6 homers, 28 runs batted in. Top of the second inning. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. There's a pitch, swung and missed. There are about 275 Miss Anaheims in attendance here today, at least. 1 strike and nothing to pitch. Swung, and he missed strike 2. Ed Herman, the batter. Bucky Dent will be next. Now the pitch. He struck him out on a breaking ball. That's his 3rd strikeout. 2 runs, 1 hit. No errors, nobody left. We've gone to the bottom of the second. White Sox 2, Angels nothing. Harry Carey back in Anaheim. Here's Frank Robinson, the designated hitter, to lead it off. The first pitch is outside and low. Robinson with 15 homers, 47 runs batted in, hitting .252. Jim Cott on the hill. The pitch, he started to swing, held up. Curveball is low and inside. Cott has won 11 and lost 7. 2 balls, no strike. Now the windup, the pitch swung on, a long drive, deep center, way back. Henderson near the wall, May makes the catch. He leaps, hits the wall, holds on to the ball. Holy cow, what a play. Ken Henderson ran into the center field wall. I think that's all canvas out there. Fortunately,
Canvas over a chain link fence.
and he made the catch with 1 hand. One away. Good thing that ball was hit straight away. 404 feet away.
I thought the one in the first inning was great. That's super.
So that's 1 gone. Here's Bobby Valentine, the shortstop. Now the windup, the pitch is in there low. Make it a little bit too low. Ball 1. 1 man out, nobody on base. The pitch swung, and he foul tipped. Bobby Valentine hitting .263. Now the 1-1 pitch. Right hand hitter waiting. The delivery. High and outside. The Tommy O'Leary at Tommy O'Leary's Peak Club is listening. All the crowd from the Angels are sending their best regards. There's a strike call to Valentine. Texas nothing, Oakland nothing. Oakland batting in the bottom of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 man out, nobody on. Bobby Valentine, the batter. Now the sign given. The 2-2 pitch. Bouncing ball over the pitcher's head. Bucky Dent behind second. Good play and throw. He's out on a nice play. 5 in a row retired by Jim Cott. Here's Winston Yanis. Winston Jennings. Spelled with 2 L's. L-L-E-N-A-S, pronounced Jennings. Here's a pitch, foul back. 1 strike to nothing. Jennings, pretty good hitter. Uses a pinch hitter most of the time. Here's a slow curve high. He's from the Dominican Republic. 31 years old. A ball and a strike. The pitch is a let-up low. 2 balls and a strike. 2 men are gone. Right-hand hitter waits the pitch. Ground ball, foul outside third. That evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men are out. Home run by Bill Meltz with a man on has given the White Sox a 2-0 lead. Here's a pitch. He foul tip. Barely kicked the ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men are out, nobody on. Now the pitch. Inside fastball. Ball 3. Full count. Bruce Bochy. B-O-C-H-T-E, a rookie. Up in their minor league farm club. 3-2 pitch. Swung and fouled back. The White Sox play here again tomorrow night. Earlier starting time. Will be on the air at 7:45 Chicago time. 2 hours earlier than tonight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now the pitch. Popped up outside first. Muser may have a play. Over near the stands. He's got room. And he makes the catch to retire the side. 6 in a row retired by Cott. At the end of 2, the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Harry Carey back at Anaheim. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Bucky Dent will lead it off. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox on a home run by Bill Meltz with a man on. First pitch to 10 is high. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the delivery. Started to swing a slider over the outside corner. The Dodgers lead San Diego 5-0 in the 3rd. Bucky Dent waits the pitch on the way. Slider over the outside corner. Strike 2. 2 strikes and a ball. Dr. Ben and Evelyn DuBois, a group of Chicago boosters, are here. Now the pitch, here it is. High. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The delivery by Nolan Ryan. High pop foul out of play into the stands. And the count evened up. Two balls, 2 strikes. Right-hand hitter waiting. There's the pitch. High pop foul out of play. A souvenir for somebody. They've redone the broadcasting booth here. 2-2 pitch, here it is. Bouncing ball to the 3rd baseman. Oliver's got it. Throws to first for the out. 1 away. Here's Pat Kelly. Kelly rolled out his first time at bat. 1 man out, nobody on. Ball game in the 3rd. 2-0 White Sox. Now the pitch is a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. Pat Kelly hitting .278. Curveball in there for a strike call, and that evens it up. A ball and a strike. Milwaukee on its way to a double victory over the Yankees. Here's a pitch. A little bit inside. 2 balls and a strike. Gene Tennis does hit one with a man on for Oakland. Now the delivery, here it is. Low. They may never lose a game again. Tennis just hit his 15th home run of the year with a man on. They lead Kansas City 2-0. 3 balls and a strike. The pitch, a bouncing ball. Oh, great stop by Nolan Ryan. Throws to first for the out. Took a base hit away from Kelly. 2 gone. Here's George Orta. Struck out his first time. Ryan has fanned 3. And he's walked 2. Allowed 1 hit, a home run by Meltz. Here's a pitch to Orta, high, ball 1. Dick Allen not playing tonight. Being given a rest. 2 men are out, 2-0 White Sox. The pitch, swung and foul. That evens it up. A ball and a strike. White Sox back home Thursday night against Oakland. And again Friday night. Then the Texas Rangers. Here's a pitch, swung and missed. 2 strikes and a ball. 2 men around, nobody on. George Orta hitting .330. Now to wind up the pitch. Fastball high. That evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. The pitch. Hey, struck him out again. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. We're going to the bottom of the first. Or rather, the bottom of the third. The score, the White Sox 2 on Bill Melton's homer with a man on. The Angels, nothing. Rookie hitting .455. He's hit 1 home run. First pitch is in there for a strike call. Tall, rangy kid, left-hand hitter, left-hand thrower. He's built like Rick Monday of the Cubs. Now the pitch swung on a little tap. Back to the mound. That's going to be easy. Hey, he can run pretty good. He's out. 7 in a row retired by Cott. That brings up Bob Oliver. He's hitting .240. 6 homers, 40 runs batted in. Denny Doyle will be next to wind up the pitch. Oliver lines it foul into the right field corner. One strike to nothing. 1 man out, nobody on. 2-0 in favor of the White Sox. Here's a smash. Great play by Orta to his right to throw. In time. Magnificent play. Oliver smashed one to the right of Orta. He made a backhanded stop, recovered through to first in time. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Denny Doyle hitting .251. 1 homer, 26 runs batted in. In a big ball game, the Cardinals at Philadelphia, Reggie Smith hit 2 home runs. His second one, a man on. Give the Cardinals their 4-3 victory. Here's the pitch. Doyle takes it high. Hit one in the 6th. And then again in the 8th with a man on to win the game. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch swung on a high pop fly on the infield. Bucky Dent going out under the ball. He has it to retire the side. Doyle pops to Dent. 1, 2, 3. The score at the end of 3, the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. We're going to the top of the 4th, the White Sox leading 2-0. Tony Muser will lead it off. Moving in to tell you all about it, Bill Mercer.
Thank you, Harry. In the first pitch from Nolan Ryan, the fastball strike call. Tony walked his last time up, thrown out trying to steal. Left-handed hitter facing Nolan Ryan, the right-hander. And a pitch by Nolan, the curve in the inside corner, called strike 1. You may recall the other night I was talking about Mike Undina. Young fellow who hit a high pop fly for Appleton. Here's a pitch inside, little high, ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's the young fellow, Mike Undina, number 1 draft choice of 72, who hit the high fly ball that killed the Nighthawk. Well, he slapped 5 hits and 6 at bats and had 6 runs batted in. As Appleton defeated Burlington 20-1 in a Midwest game last night. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball chopped to the shortstop. Valentine up with it on to first. Kisner's out for the first out here in the 4th inning. He reached on a fastball outside. Reaching out and tapped it. Trying to go to left field. One away in the fourth inning. The batter is Carlos May, grounded out to second in the second inning. That Undina youngster had those 5 hits that included a grand slam home run, a triple, and 2 doubles. He's an outfielder. The pitch a little high now to Carlos May for a ball. Carlos been bothered the muscle problem in his leg. And remember, he pulled up lame down at Texas. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, little high, ball 2. It's a fine story in the Los Angeles Times today by John Hall. In honor of Casey Stingle's 84th birthday, here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike from the outside corner, so we should pass along birthday wishes to old Case. Golly, it's amazing how quickly time flies by. He was born in 1890. 2-1 pitch. Outside high, ball 3, 3-1 count. John was remembering some of the Stingalese. It's always great. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss for a strike. I really should get Whitey Herzog to do this because he can do a great Casey Stengel. Whitey is the coach of the California Angels. 3 balls, 2 strike count right now to Carlos May. 1 out. The White Sox leading 2-0 the fifth. Hardest ball on the ground, and second baseman good hop to Doyle. On to first for the second out. One thing that Casey said once, I've heard it couldn't be done, but sometimes it doesn't always work. Another one, he said, you mustn't take your eye off the ball until it's in there, kid, and you can win a pennant, and sometimes you can't if it winds up somewhere else. What would we have done without a guy like him? Here's the pitch now to Henderson, a called strike. Casey 84 today. He had a great interview with John Hall. I wish I could have read the whole thing, but it's too long. It's just filled with his beautiful rhetoric. Outside low for a ball. What ball was strike? He said, you'll remember this one. He was trying to remember a ball player's name, and He'll said, we'll be ready when the bell rings, and that's the right fielder's name, Gus Bell. What ball, one strike pitch to Henderson. Hard smash right to the first baseman, Boxey for the out. Oh, Henderson really ripped that one. And Bruce Boxey, the rookie first baseman, lunged to his right and pulled it in. Well, 3 up, 3 down here in the fourth, and Ryan now has retired the last 8 men to face him after Meltz homered. No runs, no hits. After 3.5 quick innings to play, the White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Mickey Rivers leads off for the Angels here in the fourth inning. Jim Cox's first pitch is in there, a nice curveball. There have been some great plays in this game. Mickey Rivers drove Kenny Henderson to the warning track in center field in the first inning. Ken making another suspenseful catch in center field. Not a great play by him. And then Robinson hit a longer shot. Kenny had to go up on the fence in center field. It's 404 feet to center field. Curveball, long drive right field. That's Bill Sharp, though, is there. And he has it for the out. This year, the ball is carried better in Anaheim than in past years. You'll remember early this year we were here, and they were hitting home runs here at a faster clip than in years past. They can't quite figure it out. Smog is still about the same. It's a little smoggy tonight. Got to get the taste of that metal in your mouth tonight. That emission smell that you get around Southern California when the weather's just right. Here's the one on the first pitch now. Call strike to Ali Rodriguez, the catcher. I'm talking about Casey Stingle's 84th birthday. He was quoted again when he made his Cooperstown Hall of Famer speech. 1-0 pitch. High ball, 1 strike left. Casey said, there comes a time in every man's life, and I've had plenty of them. One ball, 1 strike pitch by Cox. Curve on the outside corner, call strike. I'll belabor you with one more Stingalese. You know, I used to be a dental student. Former dental student said, you got to get 27 out to win. 1 ball and 2 strikes, a swing and a miss by Rodriguez. And that's strike 3. And the first strikeout for Cox. So he has retired 11 in a row. Fine plays by Henderson twice himself, and that smash by Rodriguez back to him in the first. And then Herman coming out to back up the play. There's a check swing and a call strike by Lee Stanton. And then George Orta going hard to his right in the third inning. 2 away here in the fourth. The pitch, swung and missed. Nothing at 2 count. It was 71 degrees at game time. It's about 70 right now. occasion, that big flag in center field will flutter off the pole, but it's a very still and delightful evening here in Southern California. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And Jim Cott has retired everybody he's faced through 4 innings now. 12 up, 12 down. No runs, no hits. All it needs 15 more to do, as Casey says, you got to get 27 outs to win. At the end of 4 innings of play, the White Sox 2 and the Angels nothing. And we're back now with the 5th inning, and Bill Meltz, who homered in the 2nd, and put the White Sox in front. But we stand right now 2-0 is up. That's the only hit off Ryan and no hits off Cox. We haven't been here quite an hour yet, and we're in the 5th inning. Fastball game. Hope we have one like this tomorrow night coming home. Nolan Ryan delivers, and it's a fastball in there for a strike. Nolan leading the American League with 215 strikeouts, 4 of them coming tonight. And the pitch. On a high drive to right center field, well hit. Racing back, though, to his right is Stanton, and he has it for the first out here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Bill Sharp. Nolan Ryan, outstanding young man from Refugio, Texas. If you saw it spelled in Chicago, it'd be spelled Refugio. Texans call it Refugio. One of the great trades of all time when he came to California. There's a swing and a high fly ball to left field by Bill Sharp. Charging in, though, is Winston Guinness. And he makes the catch for the out. 2 away now in the 5th inning. And Ed Herman is up. He set or tied 18 individual records during the 73 season, Mr. Ryan. Struck out Rich Reese of Minnesota for 383 strikeouts, breaking Sandy Koufax 382, which he did in 65. Pitched 2 no-hitters. First strike in there to Ed Herman. Pitched 2 no-hitters. May 15th, July 15th against Kansas City, Detroit. Here's the 0-1 pitch by Ryan. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Ed Herman, 0-2. That's made him the 5th pitcher to accomplish the feat in one season. Johnny Vandermeer, Allie Reynolds, Virgil Truck, Jim Maloney. First pitcher to pitch 2 on the road in one season. Outside for a ball and 2 strikes. And Nolan not only pitched 2 no-hitters, but he struck out 12 in the first one and 17 in the second one last year. Struck out 10 or more 23 times. Swung on a ground ball to first base side. Ryan over, picks it up, steps on first, and Herman's out. That's the end of the inning. Unassisted out for Nolan Ryan on Ed Herman. 3, 6, 9, 11 retired by Nolan Ryan since Melson's homer. No runs, no hits. That's the top of the 5th inning. We'll move to the bottom of the 5th with the score. The White Sox 2, the Angels nothing. Mike Robinson leading off here in the 5th inning. Jim Cott fires outside for ball 1. The White Sox will be playing here tomorrow night, a 6 o'clock game. California time will start at 7:45 Chicago time. Fastball inside and high. 2 balls, no strikes to Robinson. Robinson on the year is batting .252, has 15 home runs. Right-hander to plate. And a pitch. It's high for a ball. That gives him 567 home runs in his career. He's just one ahead of Harmon, or he is just one step ahead of Harmon Killebrew in the most home runs in a career. Harmon hit a home run. There's a smash on the third base line. A fair ball, the first hit of the ball game. Robinson rounding first, heading for second. In the left field corner, Carlos May pulling it in. And Robinson with a double, the first hit off Jim Cott. Just inside the third base bag. Meltz had no chance on that one. Really pulled by Frank Robinson. And here's Bobby Valentine, batting .263. A double, 3 triples, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Valentine coming back this year after an accident when he went into the fence last season, broke his leg. Terrible break. Here's the pitch, curveball, bounce to the second baseman. Orders up with it on to first. And 1 away as Robinson advances to third. Winston Guinness, the left fielder. Guinness batting .287. 25 hits on the year and 87 at bats, playing in 45 ball games. He's had 5 doubles, 2 home runs, and 11 runs batted in. Has good speed. Right-handed hitter, close to the plate. Curveball is low for a ball. His left foot is pointed right at the center of the plate and only about 4 inches off of it. So he really clouds up in there. He drops the bat way down below his right shoulder. In the curveball line to left field. That may score Robinson. Carlos May, with the catch. Here comes the throw. Robinson hurrying the plate, and it is not in time. Robinson scores. The throw was wide of home plate, and Robinson would have beaten it anyway. A sacrifice fly for Guinness. And it's a 2-1 ball game. The White Sox leading here in the 5th inning. Valentine moves over Robinson, and Guinness brings him in with a fly to left. And Bruce Moxie, batting .455, is up. Moxie came into this ball game with 10 hits and 22 at bats. First pitch is low for a ball, batting .455. He hit his first home run in the doubleheader Sunday. It's his first major league home run. Scott fires, ground ball to second. Orta scoops it up on the first. That's
Chicago. Well, you want to talk sports and really mull it over on what's the matter with the Sox, the Cubs, the Bears, and what have you, Monday through Friday, 10 to midnight. Pat Sheridan Sports on 67Q. That's where.
On the first pitch, Bucky Dent smashes shot to left field for a base hit. And that's the second hit off Nolan Ryan as we come to play here in the 6th inning. Bucky swinging on the first pitch and lining it into left field. Holds at first base. The batter is Pat Kelly. Kelly grounded out in the first inning and again in the third. Batting .278 coming into the ball game. Left-handed hitting Pat Kelly. Bucky Dent looks like he may have twisted an ankle or something as he rounded first base down there. Yeah, he's pointing to his right foot. Oh, he's had more ankle problems over the last 3 or 4 ball games. Al Monchak pointing to where Bucky rounded first and put on the brakes, and evidently he set his right foot down and turned his ankle a bit. Well, we've had Dick Allen turned his ankle at Oakland. Campanera sprained his, will be out about 10 days, and Joe Rudy up there sprained his. And Bucky now walking off his. I just looking through the glasses down there, noticed that this beautiful field here at Anaheim Stadium is not as beautiful as it used to be. Of course, they have a WFL football team here, and they played when the Angels are not at home, and it's been torn up a bit in that outfield. Doesn't look the same lush garden that it normally has. And I wonder, Harry, if that might generate some enthusiasm. Here's the stretch now. Pitch to Kelly. He squared about to let it go for a ball. I hate to think about it. I wonder if they're beginning looking at it and say, well, we might have to go to that artificial turf. I hope not. I do, too. It's such a beautiful place. But it's really spotty out there now. Here's the stretch by Nolan. And Ryan fires the fastball in there for a called strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bucky Dent still at first base. Ankle's okay. The on-deck batter, George Orta. Ryan now has given up 2 hits. Jim Cott's given up 1. Third baseman Oliver playing up on the grass. And the bunt, he missed it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. He went through the ball then. Oliver backs off at third. Goes back to the edge of the dirt. He had been in about 10 feet on the grass. Kelly handles that bat pretty well. Might try to lay one down with a 1-2 count. Infield up shallow in the middle. Outfield straight away. Stretched by Ryan. And the pitch. And he hits a high-flying stead to left field. Guinness backing up a few paces on back. And he takes it for the out, and holding it first is Bucky Dent. Looking down the bullpen, which is behind Guinness in left field, you see Horacio Pena. Just came into the California organization from the Chicago Cubs, where he had a 3-4 record. This is his 6th major league club in 7 years.
We should ask him how everything is in Chicago.
Here's the stretch now, the pitch to Orta. Foul ball back by George. Nothing in 1 count. Was he played for Dick Williams up in Oakland, which might have generated some of the enthusiasm for Horacio. He used to be a very, and still a good relief pitcher. Rick Stelmazing went to the Cubs, and I noticed he was in the Cubs lineup today. Stretch and the 0-1 pitch. High pop foul to the left side. Up in the upper deck, and the count is 0-2 now to Orta. The on the air tomorrow night, 7:45 Chicago time, the last game of this road trip. And then open a big series with the Oakland Athletics. A huge series with them, Thursday and Friday. Got to get a couple of those games back that were lost in Oakland. Orta to plate, and he fouls off another one back in the upper deck to the left. No ball, 2 strike out. Talking about acquisitions by California. A very good friend and gentleman who has done an outstanding job here as stadium director. Since 1968, Ted Bozefield is leaving California. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Foul ball, lies down the left field corner. Has a mean one. Here's the former pitcher. He's also assumed the duties of traveling secretary for California. He's moving up to Seattle to become the head of the King County Stadium, that new dome up there. About the fact they could put 68,000 in for football and 58,000 in for baseball. Here's the 0-2 pitch now to Orta, and he chops the high one towards first. Foxy over, goes to second. In time here to fourth stick. Good play by Foxy coming over from first base. Driving that high chopper on the second base side of the mound. Flipped it into Valentine, forcing dead. And no play back to first base. Corner safe there on the fielder's choice. So 2 down now in the 6th inning, and Tony Muster's up. Tony batting .337 coming into the ball game with 32 hits and 95 at bats on the year. Walked in the first and grounded out in the 4th inning. Bozefield, of course, pointed out, as it's public knowledge, that they do have a football franchise for Seattle coming up. And, of course, are hoping, and people are conjecturing that there is a baseball franchise there somewhere for them. Down low in the first pitch for a ball. No strike. Tony Muster to plate. 2 outs. The runner at first base, George Orta. And the pitch. Line drive, left center field, coming fast. Rivers on the run, and that fast man will handle anything. He's got it. But no run, 1 hit, and 1 left. After 5.5 innings of play, Chicago 2, California 1. In the 7th inning, the Angels scored in the 5th when Robinson doubled and came in on Jenna's sacrifice fly to left. Here's Bob Oliver, the third baseman. Oliver hitting .240, 6 doubles, 6 home runs, 40 RBIs. On the mound, Jim Scott. And a pitch swung on, a curveball is fouled off. There's one more item about Seattle. You know, the team was taken out of there a few years ago and moved to Milwaukee, but that's a fine sports area in Washington. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball, a high fly, right center field. Orta pointing Henderson over. He'll take it. He does for the out. One away, and Denny Doyle coming up. The Angels have made a tremendous number of moves lately, and they also have some hurt. Dave Chalk, their fine young shortstop, has a hamstring pull. Paul Shaw, when they traded for from Kansas City, has a wrist ailment. Mickey Rivers, a leg strain, but you don't notice that the way he runs. And Frank Robinson is so armed, he's hit by the pitcher. Curveball high over the head of Denny Doyle for a ball. The Angels have been bringing some people up from their farm system and sending some back now since they've made these moves. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Curve again, high over the head of Doyle. Ball 2, he's struck twice. They placed catcher Charlie Sands in the 15-day disabled list. Option a young infielder Orlando Ramirez. And left-handed pitcher John Cumberland out to Salt Lake City, the Pacific Coast League. 2-0 pitch now. And a little pop fly out in the left field. Hurrying back is Dent coming in. Made and calls Sabrina for a base hit. That was a high inside pitch that Doyle had a fell away from and half swung on and looped it out to left for a single. The second hit off Jim Scott. Retired 12 in a row before Robinson doubled off of him in the 5th inning. At the plate now, Mickey Rivers. And And the first pitch to left-handers, low outside curveball for ball one. Mickey Rivers has hit .337 during July. That is .431 with 28 hits. His last 65 at-bats. He's really been going strong. Leads the league in at-bats, triples with 8. Second in hits with 117 behind Carew. 1-0 stretch, throw to first. Not in time at all. That was close. Buser putting a tag on Doyle, but not in time, and a good move by Cox. The points over there again. Dave Phillips, the umpire's first base. Doyle takes a 3-step lead off first. Mickey Rivers at the plate. Stretch by Cox. And the 1-0 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit. Doyle down to second. He rounds there. Henderson up for the ball. Here comes the throw. And it's not in time. He got him at third. He got him. A high throw to Meltz. He came down and tagged. Denny Doyle sliding in. And Whitey Herzog comes right in the middle of Lou DeMuro. Charged out of the dugout. Whitey Herzog was straight in the air. Doyle sliding in. The throw from Henderson was high. Nelson leaped for it, came down and tagged Doyle. And the way Nelson went up, I thought he had no chance at him. So I said he was high, and then he came back and got him. Fine play by Meltz on a quick peg by Henderson from center field. That's a big out. And still, Whitey Herzog contends that he was safe. And so does Dick Williams. And they still go down that third base line with Lou DeMuro. Dick Williams follows him down almost to the outfield grass. So Whitey Herzog has a few parting shots, as does Dick Williams. Very close play at third with a high throw, and Doyle sliding underneath. On the plate, Rivers went to second. I give him a single. And here's Ellie Rodriguez. 2 outs now. Rodriguez grounded to the pitcher on that hard smash in the first inning and struck out in the fourth. Counts the stretch, went to second. Rivers with a line lead. The fastball swinging and a miss for a strike. Ellie Rodriguez has hit his 7th home run of the year Sunday. One more than his major league total at the start of this season. His best before was 2 in 1970 and 72. Here's the stretch. And Cox chases Rivers back to second, just turning and looking at him. Rodriguez traded over from Milwaukee over this past season in 257. And the pitch. Swung on a ground ball to second. And it goes between the legs of Warner in the right field. And here comes Rivers in the score and tie up the ball game. George Jordan on an easy ground ball put his glove down and it rolled underneath it. An error on George, the game is tied. That ball was rolling across the grass right to Orner. They just had to stand and wait on it. One of those very, very embarrassing errors that not only was embarrassing but tremendously costly here now in the 6th inning. It ties the game. Here's the pitch to Stanton. Curve in there for strike call. Nothing at 1 count. Well, the White Sox had a fortunate break on the throw to third when DeMuro called the sliding Doyle out. Looked like they had this inning whipped. Here's the pitch. Inside fastball. The ball and the strike now to Lee Stanton. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got in the stretch again. Leading out first, Rodriguez. And the pitch to the curve way outside and high, ball 2. Tie game, 2-2. The Angels have 3 hits, the White Sox 2. The one thing you can tell tonight that there is a type of air pollution in Southern California because you can taste and smell it tonight. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Swinging a miss, strike 2. Screw ball inside the Stanton. 2-2 count. Lee Stanton at his 9th home run, his first since June 29th. last Sunday. He's at the plate right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and a fastball. Then the 6th inning. 3rd strikeout for Koch. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. And at the end of 6 innings of play, it's now the Angels 2 and the White Sox 2. Well, it's a tie ball game now as we move to the 7th inning. The White Sox 2 runs, 2 hits. The Angels 2 runs, 3 hits. And here to take you along the way is Harry Carey. Harry?
All right, here we go into the top of the 7th. An unearned run has tied it up. Boy, a routine roller went right through Orch's leg. Carter's pitched a tremendous ball game. He should be ahead 2-1. Instead, he's tied up 2-2. Carlos May leading it off. Now they pitch. Fastball in there. Dave and Anita Hippensteel of Long Beach. Wanting to be remembered to Steve Kaverick and other Chicago fans. Here's a fastball inside. Joe Raciak's son, Ray and Daniel, are here from Chicago with their wives. Now to wind up a ball and a strike to pitch way outside. Doris and Jim Peretti are here from Chicago. Friends of Marshall Sutton, Mike Narduli, Tom Galanis, and Larry Mikowski are on hand. Now the pitch, here it is. Swung, and he missed. Strike 2. Nick Spirtos and Larry Peterson on vacation from the University of Chicago. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now the delivery, here it is. High pop foul back and out of play. Julie Cabrice lives here in California. Has relatives Aunt Sally and Uncle Bert in Chicago. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High fastball outside. Nolan Ryan has fanned only 4. Hasn't had one since the 3rd inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch swung and a high pop foul coming back. Near the screen, maybe out of play, and it is out of reach. Ellie Rodriguez reached over the low wall and might have been able to catch the ball and a fan not interfered. But it's safe to assume it's an Angel fan, so. Carlos May twice has bounced out to the second baseman. We're in the 7th inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Now to wind up the pitch. Half swing, looper into left field, going to drop for a hit. May bloops the single in his short left. And the go-ahead run is at first base with nobody out. Here's Ken Henderson. Julia Caprice with relatives in Moline as well. Bill Melton will be next. His homer with a man on accounted for all the White Sox scoring. Reggie Jackson's hit a homer. He's 18th of the year for Oakland with a man on. They lead Texas 4-1 at the end of 3. Now the stretch. Throw to first to run it back. Final game of his road trip tomorrow. White Sox have lost 6 out of their last 7. Now the pitch. He bunts foul off to the left. 1 strike and nothing. Each team with 3 hits. The difference in the ball game is an error. Boy, how often? Defense. The name of the game, defense. 1 strike and nothing. The pitch, way outside a fastball. the top of the seventh. Now the pitch. And here it is. Line foul out of play. Gene Tennis and Reggie Jackson each have hit homers with a man on. And Oakland leads 4-1 over Texas. Two strikes in a ball. Now the pitch, here it is. He struck him out. Henderson goes down swinging. Here's Bill Meltz to wallop the homer with a man on. For the only White Sox run. Now the stretch, the pitch, popped up. Foul territory. Bruce Beckey under the ball makes the catch. Meltz on the first pitch, foul to Beckey. Beckey is 23 years old, stands 6'3", 195-pounder. He was hitting .355 at Salt Lake City with 9 homers when they brought him up. Went to Santa Clara University. He's only had 3 years of professional experience. Here's Bill Sharp. He's nothing out of 2 so far. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen, and he had a good cut. Ball game in the 7th. Two men are out. Score tied 2-2. Now the pitch. High fastball outside. And that evens it up for the ball on the strike. Two more Miss Anaheim just walking by. A ball on the strike. The throw to first, the runner back. Here's Nolan Ryan getting set. Here's the pitch. High call. Over the outside corner. Ball game in the 7th. 2-2 the score. There goes the runner. The pitch one on a bouncing ball to the second baseman. Doyle's got it. Over to first to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go into the bottom of the 7th. All tied up 2-2. The bottom of the 7th inning, tied up 2-2, each team with 3 hits. Frank Robinson, who's hit the ball hard each time. Now to wind up the pitch. Curveball in there, a strike call. Robinson fly deep to Henderson, who banged into the center field wall to make the catch in the 2nd. Then he doubled into the left field corner and scored the first run in the 5th. Here's the pitch, and it's off speed inside and low. The count evens and a ball on a strike. Nobody on and nobody out. Now the pitch, here it is. Curveball in the first strike call. 2 strikes and a ball. Frank Robinson trying to get things started for the Angels. Jim Cott has pitched a superb ball game. Now the pitch. Started a swing, he held up. The first 4 innings that Cobb pitched were perfect innings. Then he allowed a double to Robinson to lead off the 5th, but infield out in a sacrifice fly, followed for the run. Here's the pitch, 1 foul back. With 1 out on the 6th, Denny Doyle blooped a single in front of Carlos May. Mickey Rivers single to center. But Doyle was out trying for third on a great play by Meltz. There's a line drive foul into the left field corner. Meltz leaping high for a bad throw, coming down for the tag, and got Doyle. Rivers going to second on the play. But Rodriguez hit a very easy routine ground ball. Orta wouldn't miss it again if he hit him a million like that. Strike 3 on a foul tip to Robinson. He didn't mean to swing. The ball hit his bat and went to the catcher Herman's glove. I'm sure you could hit 1,000 balls at Orta. Some going through. Like the one he missed, and he wouldn't miss one. But this one went right through his way. Here's Bobby Valentine with 1 out. There's a curve inside, and that's how they tied it up on that air. So he's only allowed 1, 2, 3, 4 base runs, including the air. Here's a pitch. Slow curve outside. 1 man out. Ball game in the 7th. Score tied. 2-2. Bottom of the 7th. Now to wind up the pitch, here it is. Fastball for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. 1 man out. Tomorrow night we'll be on the air at 7:45, 2 hours earlier. Here's a pitch foul back. And immediately following the game, we fly back to Chicago, open a 2-game series with the great Oakland A's, defending world champions. Now the 2-2 pitch. Ball 3 low. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Now the sign given. Here's the pitch. There's a smash off the pitcher's hand. Orta, he's got it and throws in time for the out. I think Cobb touched that ball. He'll get an assist. Let's pause quickly. This is the Chicago White Sox Baseball Network.
This is WMAQ Chicago. Talk sports with Pat Sheridan, 10 to midnight, Monday through Friday. Pat Sheridan, Sports on 67Q.
Harry Carey back at the ballpark. There are 2 outs. Winston Jonas is the batter. The pitch a little bit outside. That evens the count of the ball and the strike. Two men are gone. The delivery foul back to the screen. Tony Coandina, left-handed pitcher who stands 6'5", weighs 225, and is just 21 years old. Pitched for Sarasota yesterday. Here's a broken bat, pop flying to short left. Carlos May coming on. Makes the catch to retire the side. Jenna's slide to May. 1, 2, 3, nothing across. At the end of 7, we're tied 2-2. We go to the 8th inning. Ed Herman will lead it off. Well, our good friends north of us in Milwaukee, 23,000 saw the Brewers sweep a doubleheader from the Yankees. 3-2 in the first game, 4-0, a 4-hitter by Kevin Coble in the second game. Here's Herman. He's nothing out of 2. Game tied. We're in the 8th inning. Nolan Ryan getting ready. Each pitcher's given 3 hits to wind up the fifth. There's a smash on the ground, center field, a base hit. Herman singles to center. That will bring up Bucky Dent. This boy, Tony Coandina, is from Arizona State. You know how the kind of ball players they produce there. He was a 7th draft choice of the White Sox last month. And in the 34 innings he's pitched in professional baseball, he has struck out 52 men. In a victory he scored last night over the Cubs in the Rookie League, he struck out 16 batters, walked only 1, gave up 4 hits. Here's the pitch. Bucky Dent front, a good front. Here's the throw to second. Hey, how can they get him out on that? A perfect front by Bucky Dent. I don't know how you can throw anybody out, no matter how slow on that play. But Bucky, the rookie first baseman, came in, picked the perfect bunt up, which was down the first base line about 30 feet. He had to come all the way in. Got the ball, and I was happy to see him throw. I thought sure he'd be late, and they had Herman by a step and a half. Here's Kelly now. There's a a ground ball foul outside third. Boy, that's a tough break. You can't lay down a better bunt than that. If that doesn't advance the man, it's not the bunter's fault. From Bhakti to Valentine. Here's Kelly. 1 strike to nothing. Score tied 2-2. Now the pitch. Here it is. Curveball low. Mike Ondina, the White Sox #1 draft choice in 1972, had 5 out of 6 last night. 6 runs batted in. So it looks like the White Sox are developing some fine youngsters.
That's the young fella hit the Nighthawk the other night and killed it.
What's a Nighthawk? Here's the pitch swung on, double play ground ball. Second baseman has it to the shortstop for 1. He can't make a play at first as Bucky Dent with a rolling block took him out of the play. So it's a force out from Denny Doyle to Bobby Valentine. Here's Orta.
That's the same question Pat Sheridan's asked for all season. The night bird that flies around catching bugs at ballpark.
You guys from Texas sure know some ridiculous things, you know? And I mentioned Rush Street, and you say, where's that?
No, I know
Orta the batter. Well, he gave him a run. Maybe he can take it back right here. Again, the throw over. The game here tomorrow night starts at 6 o'clock, which is 8 o'clock in Chicago. Here's a pitch. Rider over the inside corner. Orta spanned twice and hit into a force play. We're in the top of the 8th, tied up 2-2. Now the signal given. Now the pitch instead over to first, the runner back. One strike to nothing. Now from the belt, the delivery. Here's the pitch. Strike, a good fastball. He really buzz-bombed that one by him. 2 strikes to nothing. George ordered about it. Now the signal given. The pitch on the way. Here it is. There goes the runner. Strike 3 call. They'd have had him at second base, too. We got 4 outs. So Orta, for the 3rd time tonight, is out on strike. And it's no runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied up 2-2. Tied up 2-2. The White Sox with 4 hits. The Angels with 3. Here's Bruce Bochy, 23-year-old rookie, bouncing off the first pitch foul. 10,029 paid here on a beautiful evening. Now the pitch, curveball, low outside. This Bochy for a left-handed hitter doesn't bail out at all. He hangs in there pretty tough against the southpaw pitching of Jim Cott. Now the delivery, curveball swung on and popped up. Melton's going to have a play. Foul territory under the ball. He's got it. 1 gone. Here's Bob Oliver, dangerous, hitting third base. 1 man out, nobody on. Pretty fast, snappy ball game. Now the pitch, here it is. Oliver hits a line drive to center that Henderson's back for. He's there waiting, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Boy, oh boy. You know, there's only been 1 ball hit hard off. That was a double by Robinson. The other 2 were bloopers. And 1 might have been caught. Here's the pitch to Denny Doyle. Fastball for a strike call. Milwaukee Milwaukee Brewers swept the doubleheader from the Yankees. There's a ground ball. That ought to be easy for her. He's got it. Throws to first. That retires his side. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across at the end of 8. Tied up 2-2. We go to the top of the ninth. Tony Nielsen will lead it off. Reggie Jackson just hit his second home run of the game for Oakland. He's hit his 18th and 19th tonight. And Oakland's got a big lead on Texas. Here's Nielsen, the first pitch by Nolan Ryan. Swung at a fastball and he missed. 1 strike and nothing. Bart Johnson tomorrow evening against Dick Lang. Will be on the air at 7:45 Chicago time. Now to wind up the pitch. A little tap. That ought to be easy. Denny Doyle waiting for it. Throws in time. Now the pitching duel. Here's Mays. 1 out of 3. Boy, that Pete Varney really hitting a ton for Iowa.
16 home runs now.
He won with the bases loaded tonight. Here's the pitch. Swung on a high pop fly. That's going to be an easy out. Under the ball is Yenis. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Ken Henderson. He walked just ahead of Bill Melton's home run in the second inning. White Sox have not had another man get past first base. Only 3 other men reach base. Now to wind up the pitch, here it is. Swung at a curve and he missed it. 1 strike to nothing, 2 out, nobody on. Now the pitch, and it's a little bit outside. Texas is losing. Kansas City got beat. The White Sox are tied. There's a fastball for a strike. 2 strikes in the ball. Now to wind the pitch. Here it is. A little pop fly, short right field. Denny Doyle going out. He's got it. Henderson pops the Doyle. 1, 2, 3. Nothing across. We go into the bottom of the ninth. Tied up 2-2. We go into the bottom of the ninth. They have the top of their batting order up. Mickey Rivers will lead it off. He's 1 out of 3. He scored the tying run in the 6th inning. The pitch, he swings with a curve and he misses. The White Sox Iowa Farm Club scored 17 runs, winning the first game 17-16. Now the pitch, he tried to bunt and he missed. They've already scored 9 in the first 5 innings of the second game. Pete Varney hit a grand slam in the first game, and Lamar Johnson hit one in the second game. 2 strikes to nothing. Here's the pitch. Hey, struck him out on 3 pitches. 1 out. Boy, that's a shame. They should have a 2-1 ball game right now. Just a little easy, simple roller, but that's baseball. Trickled right through Orta. Here's the pitch, a strike call. Ellie Rodriguez. He's nothing out of 3. The catcher batting second. Now the windup by Kopp, the pitch, curveball over the low and inside. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. 1 man out, we're in the 9th. Leroy Stanton will be next. Now the pitch. There's a line shot. Bucky Duck makes a lunging one-handed stab. He didn't have to leap. He just stuck his hand out to his left. The ball was really kissed hard. Here's Lee Stanton. Since that error, which enabled them to tie the game in the 6th, count has retired 9 in a row. Here's Stanton swinging and missing. 1 strike to nothing. 2 men are out, nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 9th. Score tied 2-2. Now the pitch is a little bit low. That evens it up, a ball and a strike. 2 men are gone. We're in the 9th. Now the delivery. High pop foul back out of play into the stand. Boy, this ball game has been played about an hour and 50 minutes so far. We're at the bottom of the 9th. 2 strikes and a ball. Here's the pitch. Fastball barely missed inside. That evens it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mark Johnson will go tomorrow night. Here's the pitch. Line drive up the middle of base hit. That brings up Frank Robinson. The winning run is at first with 2 outs. Now each team has had 4 hits. Robinson was out on strikes in the 7th, doubled and later scored in the 5th, and was robbed of a hit on a great play by Henderson his first time up. Down the stretch, the pitch on the way, swung, and he missed and he had a cut. Score tied, bottom of the 9th. The winning run at first, 2 outs. Frank Robinson, the hitter. Jim Cott is ready. Now the pitch. Throws to first, the runner back. Bobby Valentine would be next. 1 strike to nothing. The pitch. A bouncing ball to Meltz. There's the throw to first. In time, that retires the side. We go into extra innings. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 9, tied up 2-2. Reggie Jackson has hit 2 home runs for Oakland tonight, and now Gene Tenace just hit his 2nd home run of the game. He's hit his 15th and 16th. Jackson has hit his 18th and 19th. Here's Bill Melton to lead it off as we go into the 10th inning. Boy, Koch would have outpitched Ryan 2-1 in this game, but without error. Here's Melton. Pops it up on the infield. Third baseman Oliver there. Hey, almost dropped the ball but made the catch. There's a case. Melton's not running. If Oliver drops the ball, Melton barely gets to first base instead of standing on second. Here's Bill Sharp. 1 out. He's 0 for 3. The pitch. Fastball high. 1 ball, no strike. Nolan Ryan delivers. Slice foul out of play. Ryan has only spanned 5 men. 6 men make it. Which for him is a bad night. The White Sox got the runs on 1 swing of Bill Melton's bat with a man on the second. They've been shut out 6. Now the pitch. Serve inside. White Sox have had only 4 hits. The Angels have had only 4. There's a pitch foul back. And the count evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Better than 10,000 paid. Well, tomorrow, the final day of the month. And the month of July has been out of pitch. Came out swinging. The 7th strikeout. Here's Ed Herman. He's 1 out of 3. The White Sox were right in this thing until the All-Star break. Now the pitch. Long and he missed. White Sox entered the month of June at 536-36. They were 3 games up. Now the pitch, and there's the drive. Way back. It might be out of here. Near the wall. It could be. There's a home run for Herman. Into the White Sox bullpen, and listen to the Sox fan. The Sox booster. Ed Herman walked and went over the right field wall into the bullpen. Leroy Stan went to the screen and leaped high into the air. But couldn't reach the ball. 3-2 in favor of the White Sox.
That's Herman's first home run since July 5th when he hit 2.
Here's a pitch, a strike call. That was in Detroit, you recall.
Yeah.
Here's Bucky Dent. He's 1 out of 3. Now the pitch swung on a high pop foul back. Boy, Ryan had 2 men out, nobody on. When Herman got hold of a fastball and lost it over the right field screen into the White Sox bullpen. 2 strikes to nothing. Now the pitch, here it is. There's a line shot to center coming on Mickey Rivers. It's a base hit. Dent makes it 2 out of 4 with a single to center. Good friend Tom Sullivan enjoying the game here with us. Well-known radio TV man. Runner at first base. White Sox are leading 3-2 on Herman Tomer. Now let's see. Dick Allen's going to come out as a pinch hitter. Listen to the crowd. He's going to bat for Kelly. With a runner at first, bottom of the 10th. It'll be Valentine, Yenis, and Bhakti. Boy, Cottas deserved this game. 1 strike to nothing. Here's the pitch. 1 late foul out of play into the stands. 2 strikes to nothing. Allen batting for Pat Kelly. Herman with 2 out homers. The White Sox have made the runs on 2 swings of the bat. Meltz a homer with a man on in the second, and Herman a home run here with 2 outs in the 10th. 2 strikes to nothing. Nolan Ryan getting ready. Here's the pitch. Took him out. Allen is caught out on strike. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We go now into the bottom of the 10th. The White Sox 3, the Angels 2. With the White Sox banner being paraded through the stands, and that brought a chorus of boos from the Angels fans. Here's Bobby Valentine now in the bottom of the 10th. 1 ball, no strike. The pitch laid to the left center. A base hit. Valentine around first. He'll hold up. Now Valentine opens the bottom of the 10th. With a single to left center. Let's pause here for identification. This is the Chicago White Sox Baseball Network.
WNAQ Chicago. Remember to talk sports with Pat Sheridan 10 to midnight, Monday through Friday. Big Jim Hill follows the ball game on 67Q.
Harry Carey back at the big day in Anaheim. Manager Chuck Tanner coming out, patting Jim Cott on the back. He's motioned now to the bullpen. We're going to have a new pitcher, and we'll tell you all about it following this message. Terry Forster comes on. Terry had all kinds of problems over in Oakland. Now he comes into a situation where the tying run at first, nobody out. Winston Yenis who drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the fifth. The Dodgers are leading San Diego by a big margin, and they'll move 5.5 ahead of the Cincinnati Reds. So Terry Forster comes on. Hard-throwing 22-year-old left-hander. He's won 5. He's lost 7. He's saved 14. Earned run average 3.80. Forster was really hit hard last night by Oakland. That was the losing pitcher. Boy, Cott really earned this game. 2-1 in 9 innings. Finally, his battery mate Ed Herman has hit one in the 10th to give him the lead. Bobby Valentine led off with a base hit. And manager Chuck Tanner, knowing that Cott has already pitched 9 tough innings, goes to his bullpen to get the hard-throwing Terry Forster. Oakland's winning by a wide margin over Texas. Well, you want to see this Oakland ball club. They might be headed for the 3rd consecutive World Championship. They'll be in Chicago Thursday night and Friday night. There's Winston Yenis. L-L-E-N-A-S. Here's the stretch by Forster, the pitch. High, ball 1. 1 ball, no strike. Bottom of the 10th. 3-2 in favor of the White Sox. The crowd alive. Now the pitch. He's going to bunt. He bunts foul back. And that evens it out at a ball and a strike. We're in the bottom of the 10th with the White Sox leading 3-2. 10:03 in Anaheim. 12:03 in Chicago. 1:03 in New York. Day after tomorrow in Tokyo. Now the stretch, the pitch. He bunts. It's a good bunt. The only play will be the first base, where Orta covers sacrifice. The Forster to Orta. Now here is Bruce Bochy, a rookie left-hand hitting first baseman. Bob Oliver will be next. Bochy's something out of 3. Santa Clara University boy. Here's the first pitch a little bit inside. Ball 1. Tell you, this kid hangs in there against left-handers. He didn't have a hit against Cott, but that good swing. Tall, rangy left-hand hitter to stretch. Here's the pitch. Low, ball 2. Bob Oliver will be next. 2 balls, no strikes. Terry Forster trying to preserve this game for Jim Cott, who really pitched a magnificent ball game. Here's the pitch. Strike, a fastball. At the knee. Two balls and a strike. A lead by Bobby Valentine. Now the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swung late and he foul tipped. He didn't have much of a cut that time. Terry Forster almost had the ball by him. So the count even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You can see the manager, Dick Williams, is playing this game for the Angels with the idea of seeing what some of these young kids who mean the future of the Angels, how they do in situations. The left-hand hitting Bochy up there against Forster. The pitch. Knocked him out swinging. Here's Bob Oliver now. Oliver's nothing out of 3. Ed Herman goes out to talk to Forster. Forster trying to pick up the save. And Jim Cobb's 12th victory. Here's a stretch to pitch. Line drive, base hit to right field. Here's a tying run. Around third, the throw to the plate. They got a chance. He's out at the plate. And the White Sox win. Bobby Valentine tried to knock that ball out of Herman's hand. Herman really gave him the shoulder and then followed him in case he wanted some action out of it. And then Terry Forster walked between them to make sure there wasn't any fight. A single to right by Oliver, and Billy Sharp fired a perfect throw to the plate all the way on the fly. As Sharp threw the ball, just to give you an idea of how he put everything he had on it, as he let the ball go, he fell to the ground. He threw it just as hard as he possibly could. It came into Herman on the fly. He had the plate blocked. Bobby Valentine tried to knock the ball out of his hands. Herman tagged him and tagged him hard, then turned around and started to go towards him. In the event Valentine wanted a few fisticuffs, Terry Forster walked between them to make sure that there weren't any further thrills. And this ball game is over in thrilling fashion as the tying run is thrown out at the plate from Billy Sharp to Ed Herman. And the White Sox win it 3-2. Forster gets the save. Koch gets the victory he earned.